Hello, everybody. This is Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. I was going to show you something, and then I got caught up in eBay and then trying to find a Betamax deck that works. Ours just crapped out. And so, yeah, I was looking at that, and then it's like, oh, heck, what time is it? Hope everybody had a good weekend. We watch old 16 millimeter films here, and occasionally we have a hot microphone and we let an F-bomb slip. So I apologize for that, but maybe we should level out everything and talk about playing safe in Animal Town. Enjoy.
There was a big surprise in store for the children and for everyone in our little town. I was coming back from the big city with some exciting news.
Hey, you guys, here comes the mayor.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
children. Go call your parents, children. Town meeting. Wonderful news. What's this? Wake up, Mr. Mouse. Is this how you take care of the office when I'm away, sleeping all day?
Well, I was...
No time for your excuses now. Very important business to take care of. Special town meeting, right away. And so, the way our town has been growing, folks can't always get where they want to go, because it's too far to walk. Well, I've got good news. The folks in the big city are going to help us build some streets for cars and buses, and a railroad, too.
Hooray!
Yippee!
Get to ride the train! Whee! Won't that be fun?
And the plans are all ready. We can get right to work. Whew. Made my head spin the way things got done so fast. Seemed like no time, and everything was ready for our big grand opening celebration. Yes, sir. Everybody had a lot of fun those first few days. Things were happening just the way we planned. turned out, though, there were a few things we hadn't figured on.
Oh, stop. Please stop. I've got to get across. Oh, what can I do? Please, can you help me?
You bet. Just watch this. See there? Nothing to it.
Hey. Well, I like that. Those kids are playing train, and they didn't even ask me. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I guess I'll just show them a thing or two. Hey, let me in. I'm gonna be the engineer.
It's my turn next.
Oh, yeah, says you. What do you think you're doing? Give it up. I guess I fix you guys. Yeah, you want it? Come and get it. Just try and get it. Hey, you want it? Come and get it. Come on, you scared? Come and get it, scaredy. Hey. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Oh. Oh, I was so scared. Oh, those cars going so fast. I didn't know what to do. Oh, it hurts, Mommy.
I know, dear. Just try to rest now. Oh, those awful cars. The children just aren't safe anymore. All that traffic is so dangerous. What can we do?
I don't know, dear, but I'll see to it that the town council does something. And if this keeps up, nobody will be safe anymore.
Yes, we must do something. Let's hear some suggestions from the council members. Who's got an idea?
Maybe you want to stop the cars? Just carry a stack of wood.
Well, I don't have any trouble. If a car gets in my way, or even a truck, I just give it a shove. It's easy.
Easy, you say? No, I couldn't push a truck. But maybe there is a way. Yes, I know.
Yes, that might work. Oh, hold on. No, it's just not good enough. Do you want to hear another idea?
Yes, tell us.
Here's something I'm sure would work.
Oh, come on, folks. Come on. We're not getting anywhere.
I still think my idea would
Yes, quiet, everybody. Look, maybe there's something about safety in one of our books.
Here's something. Yes, this could be it. Signs and signals and traffic rules to go with them. Crossing gates for the railroad and signal lights, too. Downtown, we'll have traffic lights for cars and for folks crossing the street. Red for stop. Yellow for caution, don't cross yet. And green for go, but be careful. We'll paint crosswalks on busy streets and make a rule. cross only in the crosswalk. At a busy intersection, we can have a policeman to direct the traffic. So as you can see, that's what we did. Worked out pretty well, too. Of course, there were a few things we still had to learn. For instance, there was the morning Mr. Mouse overslept. He's my office helper, you know, and he knew I'd be angry if he was late for work.
Now remember what happened to Mr. Mouse. After the gates go up, look both ways to see if another train is coming.
I remember.
That's good. We don't want you to get hurt again.
Another safety rule we learned was about walking next to a highway. You walk single file, facing traffic, so you can see what's coming. By then, we figured the children were safe, and we didn't have to worry about them anymore.
There, I'll hit it a mile.
All right, get ready. Here goes.
That's a ball. Strike one. Strike two. Nah.
I've got it. Think fast.
Hey, come on, you guys.
Right about then, we found out we still had a problem. Lucky, that time nobody got hurt. But you know, there are always some folks who have to learn things the hard way.
That's dangerous. You could get hurt very badly.
Oh, I'm all right. Hey!
What can we do? What can we do? Children playing so close to traffic, just not safe. But they have to play somewhere. I wonder. Of course! That's it. Why, it's just the thing. Yes, sir. With our fine new playground, the children have fun, and they don't have to play close to traffic, where they could get hurt. So everything turned out just fine. Of course, whenever the children go anywhere, they have to remember the traffic rules. All of us do. Rules like crossing only in the crosswalks, obeying traffic signs and signals, looking both ways, not playing near traffic. That way, everybody is safe and happy here in our animal town.
Wow, that was something. So much to unpack there. The fact that you had animals with heavy equipment, man, that was pretty glorious. I wonder if there's more in this series. I need to do some research because that was pretty awesome. Okay, so behind me I have a film scanner set up, and we've got a film to watch. It is Sculpting Copper with a Torch. Enjoy. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. This whole weekend was filled with very annoying technical stuff. So hold on. I don't know what's happening. It's very frustrating. I had like I said, lots of technical problems this weekend. So maybe this is just a continuation of that. Let's watch Home Nursing Fundamentals. Enjoy.
When illness comes to a family, it often strikes suddenly. The normal household work is interrupted, and a new burden, taking care of the sick, is placed on the family members.
Put him to bed. He can go to the bathroom, but bed rest is important. And take his temperature every 4 hours, and these pills.
Care of the sick begins with a doctor's visit and his instructions.
I suppose Chuck and Betty will be next.
Not necessarily. If they haven't already been exposed, you just take the routine precautions. And let me know if he isn't over his fever by day after tomorrow, will you?
Thank you very much for coming, Doctor.
Not at all. I love.
Yes, care begins with the doctor's instructions. They should be noted down, and plans should be made for carrying them out. The patient must be kept comfortable, and a place must be prepared to serve as the sick room. Which room? One close to the bathroom is preferable, and one that can be shut off from the rest of the home. How should the room be arranged? What furniture is important? The bed should be placed so that you can get to it easily from either side, and where light and air from the window will not disturb the patient. To make the room safer and easier to clean, store away articles that will not be used during illness. In just a few minutes, the sick room looks like this, pleasant and attractive, efficiently organized for nursing care. Materials are at hand for giving Bobby his medicine and for checking his temperature. There are paper handkerchiefs and a bag for disposing of them. The clothes Bobby will need are right at hand, too. Since Bobby is to be alone, his brother's clothes will have to be moved to a more convenient closet. Yes, there are many things to be done, extra things, even before the patient can be put to bed. And of course, while care of the sick is going on, the routine work of the household must be kept up. Let's see how one family works through this problem.
Well, that's done, at least. What time is it? Oh, just after 8, and dish is done. Not too much later than usual.
He just wanted a drink. Maybe he'll sleep a while now. Why don't you sit down, Martha? And, Chuck, are you with us?
Oh, sure, Dad.
We'd better plan ahead a little. We've got extra things to do, and if one of us gets a bit overtired, he might get sick, too. Then where will we be? Now, I thought I'd take care of Bobby tonight. Let's see. He needs a pill at 11. Then, I can get up at 3 and sleep a little late in the morning.
We've been studying home nursing at school. I'll get up and take care of Bobby at 7. Now, Betty, do you think you should? We don't want you to catch anything.
I think we'd better share the extra jobs. If you do all the work, Martha, you'll be sick in bed next.
We can keep away from infection. These germs, which leave the body through the nose and mouth, enter the same way. If we keep away from Bobby's face, we'll be all right.
And we can wash our hands before and after going in the sick room and wear something to protect our clothes.
Chuck, do you know how to make a bed tray?
Sure, Betty. I think there's a box out back, just the right size.
Wasn't Florence coming over here tomorrow to study with you? Oh, yes. Well, maybe I can go to her house this time. I'll call her.
Well, let's read and relax for a few minutes and then go to bed early, huh?
There are many extra jobs for everyone in the family, but with cooperation and planning, they are done and done well.
Hi, Betty.
Hello there. Awake already? Now stay under those covers.
Shall we see just what is involved in morning care for Bobby? Temperature first. It should be taken before the patient cools his mouth with water or warms it with hot food. Shake the mercury down below 95. Place the thermometer gently under the tongue to one side. Be sure the patient keeps his lips closed. While you wait for the thermometer to record the patient's temperature, you can take his pulse. Place 3 fingers gently at the base of the thumb. Here you can easily feel the pulse. The number of pulsations per minute is the pulse rate. Next, while you are still holding the patient's wrist, you may count his respiration. If Bobby has a fever, his breathing will be more rapid. You can ordinarily feel the rise and fall of the chest under your hand. Count 1 for each complete breath in and out. The number of complete breaths per minute is the respiration rate. Pulse and respiration are written down on a chart so the doctor can judge the patient's progress. Read the temperature when the patient has had the thermometer in his mouth for at least 5 minutes. Hold the thermometer between your thumb and forefinger. Turn it slowly. Look for the mercury column between the lines and the numbers, 100 and 4/10, or 100.4. Now, with a clear record of the temperature, it is medicine time. It's important to give the right medicine in the right amount at the right time. So read the directions on the medicine bottle each time you give medicine. Now, a little water, and the pill is gone. Now is a good time to send the patient to the bathroom, if he has bathroom privileges. Be sure he's wrapped up warmly. While he's gone, you'll be able to attend to the bed. You'll want to put on fresh sheets if they're needed, or at least straighten and smooth the bed. The bottom sheet is pulled tight with envelope corners. At the foot of the bed, a pleat to allow toe room. The top sheet and covers are tucked in securely. There, the bed's all set and comfortable. But of course, with the patient out of the room, this isn't difficult. Let's suppose for a minute that Bobby has been ordered to stay in bed at all times. Now it is necessary to wash him in bed. The bed is raised so that it is easier for the home nurse to help her patient. Once Bobby is washed, his bed should be changed. This calls for a little special skill. The patient is gently moved to one side of the bed, and the old bottom sheet is carefully folded against him. The top sheet is used to keep the patient covered. Now, when a fresh sheet has been put in place on this side of the bed and folded down the middle, the patient is turned over so the job can continue on the other side. Have you noticed how carefully Betty has handled all the used bedding to avoid all possible contact with those that might carry infection? Also, she protects herself by wearing a cover-all apron, which stays in the sick room at all times. Well, we've seen how to change a bed with the patient in it. Fortunately, though, Bobby can get up, and he can sit up for meals, resting against a backrest, made from a cardboard carton cut and folded into shape. How's that for comfort? Here's the patient. Another box makes a footrest to keep Bobby from sliding down off the backrest. And here's breakfast on a tray made from still another carton. The doctor's instructions regarding diet are carefully followed, but even this tray of liquid diet is attractively served to coddle a none too hearty appetite. One more thing. The thermometer must be washed with soap and cool water, and Betty's hands also will be washed. Well, with such fine home care, Bobby feels better within just a few days. But the transition from bed to normal activity should not be hurried. So now comes the job of keeping the patient occupied and entertained, but without too much exertion on his part. This job, too, takes family cooperation. Arts and crafts, reading, listening to the radio. These are some of the most suitable activities. Fortunately, Bobby's infection is no longer contagious, so he can have company, and the doctor has suggested a gradual return to normal diet. This tray of a soft diet, while it contains nothing that would require much chewing or that is hard to digest, is still certainly appetizing. As we said before, illness in the home means changing family routines, extra jobs for everyone. But apply the simple rules of home nursing and plan for family cooperation in carrying out the doctor's instructions. The results are well worthwhile.
That was kind of awesome. I'm bummed that eventually I got the audio to work on this, but yeah, it wasn't worth it. Although he said patina weird. I think he said like patina. It's very, very strange. So there you go. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah. Let's there's like this series of cornet films that were kind of these, I don't know how to describe them. They were aimed at teenagers. They're black and white, and they're very different than the rest of the cornet films in that there's not really a narrator. It's all this kind of through the eyes of the teenager. And there's one about sex. There's one about just kind of general, this is my life or something like that. This one's called Odyssey of a Dropout. How do we think this is going to go? Is this going to go well for the Dropout? Are they going to win the lottery? Are they going to land in Silicon Valley and start a computer company? Let's find out. Enjoy.
Walking? I do lots of that. I'm in no hurry. Time is all I got. I mean, it's the same thing every day. The library, the park, the pool hall, down to school. It's like a circuit, really. Books now are something dropouts can do without. Me? Well, my girlfriend, Laura, she keeps me coming here. Not that I don't like a few books. Science fiction, sports, drag racing. In school, well, it was textbooks all the time and, well, who wouldn't gag on that stuff? Parks are something I don't mind either. On weekday afternoons, it's just you, the trees, and some old folks. I suppose what I like about a park is that you can think here. You know about yourself and how you happen to be the way you are. I don't like being a dropout. You're too much at the mercy of things. No car, no job, no future, really. Maybe, though, guys my age aren't supposed to have a future yet.
Hi, Scott. Grab a cue. Okay. What do you say, Ugly? Come on, partner, let's make one for a change.
Bad chance.
That's what we need. Tomorrow's world today. Give me that. Hey. Easy. Yeah, Scott.
Okay, let's go.
Cops! Cops!
Those real friendly guys.
Yeah, big tough badge.
It's a funny place, school. I mean, inside it's one dull hour after another. Dull books, dull things to do. Only the kids make it worthwhile. The kids and something else, maybe. The thought that you were helping yourself along. Sometimes, Laura and I, well, we run up to see Mr. Gymick. He's a history teacher on the second floor. Now, he and I, well, we used to get along. Boy, he could really make the time spin by. Maybe I should have hung on a little longer. There are worse things than being caged in a classroom. I guess I found it out the hard way. But I said I can eat here, Mom.
I'll be sure and have you a supper tomorrow evening.
Sure, Mom.
I didn't know the meeting was tonight. Really, Scott.
Okay, okay.
Be sure and get home early now. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Boy, when you end up with just a mother, you can have problems.
Yeah, you can. What are you going to eat?
Give me the special.
Anything to drink?
Yeah, a cup of coffee. Have you ever realized how much of a man's day is tied up with women?
Someday you'll learn to appreciate us. Maybe.
Been looking for work lately?
Not much. Wouldn't do any good shining shoes.
You ought to try a little harder, maybe.
I don't know. I get tired of being asked why I'm not in school. Think I'd shot my grandmother or something. Why do people have to pin labels on you? Doesn't make any sense, really. I mean, I'm no criminal. I wonder what it's like to have a future.
I wouldn't know, Scott. I sure wouldn't.
To all of us people without a future.
Three cheers for old Darby High! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
What do you want, a refill?
No.
Here, I'll take it.
I just wanted to use your phone.
Go right ahead.
Where is everybody tonight?
There'll be a bunch here after the show.
Hello?
Hi. Were you asleep?
No, just reading a little.
Oh,
You do anything tonight?
no.
Go out with the guys?
Yeah, for a little while.
I thought you were going to start reading more at night.
All work and no play makes Scott a dull boy, you know.
Yeah, like no work makes Scott a dull boy, too, huh?
Yeah.
Who's that? Scott?
No, just a friend, Dad.
I suppose I could get a job.
You could try.
Could always find a job pumping gas someplace.
It'd be a start anyway. And we've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be my future, too. Full of gas.
I wish you wouldn't feel that way. What about school? Have you thought about going back lately?
Yeah, some. Except that, well, I've never been any good at school, and a guy doesn't like to do something that he's not good at.
I know that. But you've got your future to think about.
Yeah, there's always my future. I don't know, it's all wrong. I mean, I feel so useless at times. It's like I wasn't even alive. I guess what I'm saying is that a guy my age needs a future. A job that'd make him feel like something and not some animal.
Scott, it isn't too late. You can still go back to school.
I told you I didn't want you talking to that tramp.
But, Dad,
Anything wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing, but
Yeah?
what are you supposed to do?
About what?
Oh, about nothing, I guess. I don't know, it doesn't make much sense. About me, I mean. It's like being in a dead end somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong, but I keep telling myself that I've got to mean something. Nothing big. Just mean something. Otherwise, it all adds up to nothing. I couldn't live with that.
Good night.
So long.
And then it just ends. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can tell that like that's totally different than your normal cornet film, where you have a narrator and you have someone who sets the tone, or this is all like through the eyes of this Dropout. So it's kind of fascinating. It's got that kind of hip. It reminds me a lot of The Game, which is one of my favorite National Film Board of Canada films. So that's a style. It's a style. All right, I got one more film, even though we're at 2 o'clock. Brian, thank you so much for the Super Thanks contribution. That's one way you can support us, is by giving us money. And that money goes to paying for things like hard drives and artist tape and rental of 4 storage units and all that stuff. So thank you so much for that. So other ways you can support us is go to ko-fi.com/abgeeks, where we can get coffee, or patreon.com/abgeeks. That's another way. All right. One last film, TTT. What is it? Who knows? Let's find out. Enjoy.
T-T-T.
Teacher Teletips, a film designed to aid teachers in classroom utilization of televised instruction.
I have the worst time getting my set tuned in. Boy, look at all the equipment it takes to put out a fire that size.
I wonder if the firemen bring wieners and marshmallows to the fire.
Television in my classroom? How can I work it in? Our curriculum is so packed already.
Boy, that painting sure wasn't done in our art class.
I used to avoid teaching art since I never felt secure about it. Now with the TV series, my students and I are doing some really exciting projects.
Boy, I wonder how many Fig Newtons they make in one day there.
They sure use a bigger mixing pan than my mom.
TV in a classroom? Before you know it, we'll all be out of a job.
This is where all the astronauts' food is made? It sure does require a lot of handling.
TV in the classroom? Of course. It's natural for children these days to learn through a variety of media, and TV is one of them.
Boy, that poor little chicken. He must be exhausted. I bet you it's dark inside of that egg.
Replace me? Don't worry about that. The TV teacher and I are a team.
You betcha.
Can you imagine going to a steel mill in your own classroom? I wonder if those asbestos suits are very comfortable.
Yes, television does mean many different things to each of you. Some of you turn to TV for diversion after a long and trying day in the classroom. Events of the day which shape your lives locally, nationally, internationally are made more meaningful through the medium of television. Our horizons become limitless, and TV vicariously provides us with some adventurous moments. Whatever it means to each of you may vary greatly, but in any case, TV appears to have a great impact on children. Today's child has been brought up in an environment of audio-visual electronics. No longer is print the only pervasive medium through which learning is achieved. Today's child finds it natural to learn through a variety of media, and TV, one of the most powerful media, extends the student's learning environment beyond the wall of the classroom. But TV in the classroom? Is it a formidable electronic monster that threatens the capable classroom teacher? Or does it have an appropriate place alongside the teacher, textbook, and the chalkboard? Answers to these questions may come by, first of all, defining what television is not. Much damage has been done by extravagant claims made for TV. First of all, TV is not a substitute for the classroom teacher. Only in rare situations might it be asked to do the whole job of teaching. The serious responsibility of instruction still lies with the teacher in the classroom. The TV teacher becomes another resource, another member of the teaching team. He does his part of the teaching in the studio, making use of all available resources, content specialists, production technicians, and extra time to present an effective TV lesson. With this team approach, the classroom teacher can be freed of some of the responsibility for fact dispensing. She can spend more time in directing her energies toward motivating, stimulating, guiding, and encouraging individual learning activities. Unless the classroom teacher takes the lead, TV will not make any significant difference in the learning process. So TV is not an excuse for not teaching, although many teachers are still using it for that reason. TV in the classroom is not a cure-all for all of education's problems. And most importantly, TV does not have to be used for one purpose only. Its uses vary as widely as teaching methods and styles, depending on the needs and circumstances peculiar to a specific school or classroom. The classroom teacher recognizing these unique needs and goals, will determine what TV is, what it can be in her classroom. TV can open the classroom to the world. It can bring unusual or inaccessible materials within easy reach of each student, involving him, giving him a front row seat for viewing events, demonstrations, perhaps objects too tiny and too intricate to study with the human eye. Through TV, teachers and above-average resources can be extended to larger numbers than would be possible under direct instruction. So we ask ourselves once again, TV in the classroom? A threat or a real assist to the teacher? Recognizing both the limitations and strengths of the medium, the classroom teacher who is skilled in using TV will find that this resource can really contribute to learning. So before we can expect a real contribution from television, we must know how to use it well. Good preparation for utilizing television in the classroom is no more elaborate or demanding than that which is required for using a textbook or a film strip. And the teacher who makes good use of any other resource is the one who will utilize TV effectively. But what are these basic skills, simple as they are, that are necessary? Is it merely a matter of turning on the TV set? Hardly. Through printed utilization materials, the classroom teacher can easily be given tips on how to arrange the room physically for the most effective viewing. Certainly with the normal creativity of classroom teachers, the standards suggested can be approached and even surpassed. By opening a window or two, the room will be adequately ventilated. Otherwise, you might lose your class to Morpheus. Darkening the room is not recommended because it could be harmful to the eyes. In some classrooms, darkening the room could be dangerous. If notes are required during a particular lesson, illumination is necessary. However, to eliminate reflection on the picture tube, a shade or two may have to be lowered with the television set turned away from the window. Other basic rules, such as viewing angles and the height at which the TV receiver is placed, are most important. And perhaps acquisition of the correct type of stand may require a few pointed suggestions to the administration. To prevent intrusions during the telecast, a do not disturb sign may be helpful. One never knows who or what might be lurking outside your classroom door. A principal coming to observe. The engineer to turn off the facilities for a few long hours. An irate parent with a not-too-good report card, or some other little problem. Determining wisely what telecourses to use is another skill. What is available? With the assistance of a schedule or program guide, one can find in which curricular areas televised instruction is offered. Can it be integrated? Well, if a particular telecourse appears to be of some interest to you, your next concern is to determine how well it can be integrated with your curriculum for this particular class. Will it enrich? After studying the teacher's manual, which presents the content and objectives in detail, you may decide that the telecourse will enrich the curriculum by bringing into your classroom experiences and resources which would otherwise be difficult or impossible to provide. Will it meet your needs? Whether the telecourse will meet the needs and interests of some or all of your students can finally be determined by sampling a few of the lessons with your class. After having made a choice, still another skill is involved, that of deciding how to use the telecourse. Too often the assumption has been made that unless each and every lesson was viewed, one was doing a great injustice to the purposes of televised instruction. Again, the classroom teacher must determine whether the total series is to be viewed. In knowing the demands of her own curriculum and daily schedule, the needs of her students and her own strengths and limitations, she may see the benefits of utilizing the entire series. Further appraisal of the structure and design of the telecourse may suggest to the classroom teacher that some of the lessons grouped together reveal characteristics of a unit. Again, knowledge of her curriculum and student needs should indicate if the telecourse can be utilized via the unit approach. Selected lessons in a telecourse can often stand alone as a complete educational experience. Studies on classroom television have emphasized time and time again that the TV lesson has little impact without the involvement of the classroom teacher. Besides preparing the classroom physically before each lesson, it is essential that the teacher also prepare the students for viewing the lesson. Pre-telecast activities can vary greatly, and the nature of the lesson may suggest the types of activities. The teacher's manual accompanying the telecourse may offer some excellent ideas. Those, combined with your own, should provide meaningful involvement preceding the tele-lesson. Motivation for viewing the telecast may come from an outside resource, such as a person who has expertise in the subject area of the day's lesson. Vocabulary drills on technical words that they will hear during the lesson are most effective.
Remember, pronounce them clearly.
Condensation.
Right.
Precipitation.
Good.
Humidity. Water cycle.
Children may prepare visual aids or hold question and answer sessions to familiarize themselves with the lesson topic.
Water comes up through the subterranean deposits and evaporation from growing crops and forms bodies of water, and then it evaporates and becomes vapor.
Very good. Do we all agree with her?
Yes.
All right. How about condensation?
Condensation is when the vapor forms into clouds.
Notes taken during the telecast may provide guidelines for the follow-up discussion. During the telecast, the teacher should sit where she can view the lesson and observe student reactions. The televised part of the lesson was never intended to be a complete learning experience in itself. If it is followed up by related experiences, these activities may be carried on by students independently or as a class.
Okay, as you know, we've had Officer Swalgren in, and he's talked to us about the drug problem here in Highland Park. He's also mentioned some of the types of drugs they've used. All of this kind of information we've had presented to us on the TV, the officer coming in and all the rest. But there still remains a question in my mind, and that is just exactly what causes someone from our area to start taking drugs. I mean, you usually think of it as a ghetto kind of problem, but here we are in an upper middle class community, you know, with all the kinds of advantages, summer camps, We've got a million kinds of advantages, recreational departments, we've got large green spaces to roam and play in. Why? Why?
And they want to get away from it. Then they take these drugs to feel good. And the reason I'm against it is because afterwards they've still got the problems to go to.
Doesn't solve the problem, you mean it just covers it?
Yeah, just for when the drug wears off, then they've got the problem.
Television in the classroom cannot possibly succeed without the enthusiasm and preparation of classroom teachers, who realize that their roles are, and must continue to be, central ones, while utilizing television and any of the available instructional tools. Teachers who well understand that their roles in the classroom can be more humanizing and less mechanizing if they know how to use the available tools efficiently. Education of our children has come a long, long way, but instructional technology, even with the help of television, has not yet reached the ultimate in development and diversity. Its potential for affecting the learning process has barely been tapped. Even with the increasing availability and lower cost of simplified videotape recorders, few teachers take advantage of the opportunity to tape lessons off the air, thus eliminating scheduling problems. Greater flexibility and distribution of materials are being achieved through remote access systems, which permit the individual users, with just the push of a button, to select and control programming from vast computer banks that whisk the information you desire over hundreds of miles in a matter of seconds. The implications of the satellite are exciting. Orbiting above our planet, they will broaden the availability of resources, providing a commonality of educational and cultural experiences to students anywhere in the world. The future holds much for today's student, tomorrow's teacher. So when a television set approaches your classroom door, extend a warm welcome to a valuable teaching assistant.
Oh my God. That was unexpected. Holy cow. Yeah, we need to look up Frank Hopper. What other nightmares did that man create? Yikes. That was something else. Well, there you go. I'm happy. I had no idea. It just said teachers teletips, and I was like, I don't know, what is that? And so, yikes, that was brilliant. And this is why we collect films, to show them to you, so that we both kind of hold our heads as to keep them from exploding. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Kevin, for your contribution. Again, you can hit like, subscribe, thumbs up. You can donate via ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are great ways to support us, and also the super thanks button. Everybody have a great rest of your Monday. And I hope that QT does not haunt your sleep. But maybe he will. I don't know. We'll see. Take care. Bye.